everyone, welcome back to the next video. In today's video I will show you how to load a 3D model from network inside a Flutter application. So first I have created a Flutter application, and inside main.dart here you can see I have created a home page widget, and I have just defined scaffold, safe area, size box to occupy the entire width and height of our screen, and I have defined a custom widget called my 3D view. So go inside lib, create my 3D view.dart, and here you can see again I have copy pasted this code from the documentation. Only thing important is the string, whatever you define it over here has to be the same on the native side. So for Android I am just using Android view, for iOS I am using UIKit view. So let's first go to Android. First go to build.gradle. Here you have to make sure the min SDK version is 23. Next you have to add this to line for rendering 3D model. This tool is used for retrofit for downloading the 3D model from network, and this is for lifecycle dependencies to access coroutines. Next you have to go to android manifest.xml and add the internet permission. After that create an assets folder, and inside that you have to create this envs venetian crossroad underscore 2k. So this is used for displaying a background image to your 3D model. You can download this from the Google Filament GitHub repository. You can just download the entire repository and just search for this. Okay, so you will get it, and this has to be in the assets folder. Next sorry next you have to create this file gltf api.kt. So this is an interface which you have to create for retrofit for downloading a file from a server. And for android you have to put glb file, which is a variant of gltf. You can download any kind of glb file from google, which is a 3D model supported by Filament, and put it on AWS S3 or on Firebase storage, whatever, or on your own server, whatever is convenient for you. And for iOS, make use of USDZ file format, which is a 3D format supported by Apple. Again, you can find this kind of 3D models on Google itself, and upload it on your server. Next go to main activity.kt, and this is boilerplate code. Make sure this string is the same whatever you have defined it on the dart side. Next go to create my 3D view.kt. Before that you have to create my 3D view factory.kt. again this is boilerplate code, and here we are returning our my 3D view. Next we will create my 3D view.kt. Now to be honest with you, I don't understand much of the code from this. Like I have copy pasted most of this code from the Filament repository, so if you are interested you can refer that. So I will quickly just go through this, and I will try to explain whatever I have understood. So here we are loading that Filament library. Next we are creating a linear layout, and this entire bit of code is for the Filament library itself. Here we are creating a file as well as a file path. We are returning the linear layout. We are disposing everything once this view is no longer used. Here we are creating layout params for our linear layout. We are creating a surface view which is used to display 3D models, and adding it to our linear layout. And now again this entire code is for display from the Filament library. Here we are just downloading the gltf 3D model, and next everything else is from the Filament code itself. Here we are creating path for our file. Here we are downloading our model. Now here you need to pass. So suppose your base URL is something like http://xyz.com/api/3d model duck.glb. Okay, so whatever is your base URL, so https://xyz.com should come over here, as well as you have to add the forward slash. Rest everything should come over here. So you please don't try this URL. This is not a correct URL, as I don't want to expose my URL or make it public. I have removed important bits and pieces of the URL. So you have to do something like this. This is important. Base URL over here, the remaining part over here. Okay, next we are saving. This is for saving the file. This is for downloading the gltf, and again this entire bit of code I have copied it from the documentation. So yeah, that's it I think for Android side. What else am I think? Yeah, that should be it. For iOS, go to so go to first app delegate.swift, and this is boilerplate code. Again, this string is important, whatever you have defined it on the dart side, and this file I have to create. So I will create this file. Again, this is boilerplate code which I have defined, and I am returning my 3D view native view. And my 3D view native view, here you can see we are defining Scenekit as well as Scenekit dot model IO, which is required for loading a 3D model from a network, from like file path. Then we are extending URL session download delegate, which will give us a callback. I have defined a view as well as a scene view. I am creating an object of our view, and in create native view we are creating the scene view object. We are returning view over here. This is ns layout code, and here we are adding the scene view to our view. Here we are checking if file exists. If file exists, then load it from the file, otherwise download it from the network. Again, this is not a valid URL. Make sure you add your entire URL over here, otherwise you will face issue. Now this is how you download a file in using your ns URL session. Once file is downloaded, you get a callback, and this name can be anything. Like I am displaying a Nike shoes, that's why I have named it as Nike.usdz. And here I am loading the model. This is boilerplate for get document directory, and here this is how you load a model. So pretty easy as compared to Android, and I will quickly show you the output. So for Android, you can see this is the damaged helmet which I am showing, and the background is where we are actually storing the background image in the assets directory of our Android project. And this is for iOS. So it might take a little while to download the 3D model from your server, so have a little bit of patience. So yeah, I think that should be it. Thank you for watching. Bye.